Set your butane torches to high and your expectations to low. Coming to you from the Cigar Cave in the hills of the Steel City. Get ready to get your fix. This is the Cigar Junkies Podcast.
Welcome to the Cigar Junkies Podcast.
The cigar show for the community, by the community.
A forum to talk stogies, booze, food, and anything else in the cigar lifestyle.
If you're looking for ratings, negativity, or an authority on all things cigars, you came to the wrong place.
Whether you like what you hear or not, please join the conversation and let us know by finding us
at the Cigar Junkies Facebook group
or contacting us at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com.
What's up, junkies?
Oh my, it is an unfamiliar face in the Cigar Cave. What do you do when Sam Hoffman is busy? What do you do when you have no intern? Easy. You call a local EMT and then you take the big old logo off the screen, if possible. There we go. So now you can see his beautiful face. Ryan Seneca, thanks for filling in at a pinch, buddy. This is why you're the consigliere.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? Are you nervous? Or are you just like, I've seen this shit. I'm unimpressed.
I mean, it's fine. We'll get through it. Yeah.
The enthusiasm is palpable. I appreciate that. So you're going to be my Sam this week. So let's start with that. How was the week, man? Anything interesting?
No, a lot going on at work right now. So, I'm used to working from home and probably been going into work the last 10 days.
So clarify, because I don't know if I'm super clear on what you do. Because I know I've been told, but I know you're an EMT, but you're not doing that from home.
Right. So I'm a manager for a healthcare service.
Okay.
So I do a lot of, HR functions and just different administrative stuff. And then I still work clinically about 24 hours every 2 weeks. But with everything going on, I haven't been able to do that. So it's been strictly administrative, which it's nice when you can do it from home. It's not nice when you have to go in.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I guess that explains a little bit of the demeanor. Do you at least get any good cigars in, cigar trips, anything, good drinks, anything?
Yeah. So what did I have last night? I had the Alec Bradley Corinthian leather.
All right.
And I forget what else I had. Oh, the Undercrown 10.
That was care package one,
Yep.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
with the yellow ribbon.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. That's cool, though. Well, like I said, man, I appreciate you filling in at a pinch. Obviously, we did not do a show on Friday because my ass was in a different state. Many states northward, actually, as far directly north as we could go without being in Canada. The family and I vacationed up to Maine to Acadia State Park for the last week, which was super enjoyable unless you count the drive. And I'm choosing not to because it was a lot of driving.
Yeah.
Like 16 hours or something the first day we spent in the truck. It was a rough time. And then we detoured on the way home. So in addition to getting to see the beautiful coastlines, dude, that's one thing about Maine, like up there. So I've never been in a place that has so much coastline. Because it's jagged. You know what I mean? It's in and out and in and out. And so we would drive on occasion to the other side of, I don't even know what to call it, like the little peninsula that we were on, to get to the main state park. Because we were in a VRBO house, which was really cool. There was 7 of us there. Big deck, had a fire pit, had direct access with a dock to the water. So we took all our kayaks up and stuff.
Nice.
And it was on an inlet to the bay. But it was just so cool that you just drive around and like you'd make a turn and be like, wow, that's a postcard. It's beautiful, rocky shores everywhere. Kids had a great time climbing around and looking for crabs and stuff and all that funness, I suppose. But so on the way up there, noticed, like my wife's talking about, we're going to be in New Hampshire, we're going to be here and here, and I was like, New Hampshire. And I started looking at a map. Well, it turned out it was only a half an hour out of our way to drive to Salem, New Hampshire on the way home. So I packed up the family, both families early, and we hit the road, drove 4.5 hours south to New Hampshire, and hooked up with our boy, friend of the show, friend to me personally, Seth Jones. He was only like an hour and a half from there. Met up with me, and we went to the the live show for the Cigar Authority, which I've listened to for about 10 years. Not so much in the last couple as I used to, but I still do listen to them more than anybody else. And so it was really cool to get in there and meet everybody and see the space for the first time and hook up with Ryan or Seth. Sorry, Ryan. Damn. I don't know who I insulted more in that one. uh, but it was cool, man. Do talk about it. Talk about making our shit look like a shack. But in all fairness, like, you know, he spent like probably $100,000 on that shit. But it's pretty incredible to see in person. It was nice to meet all them. And the coolest part was I was hoping maybe they would give a mention. And I think they referenced me like 6 times during the show. And at least 4 of them said the Cigar Junkies podcast outright, which was super cool because they are obviously the big dogs with like audience in the hundreds of thousands. And we've got 4. So that's, you know, comparable, but they said they would double us from 2 to 4. And
they did.
Definitely, that commitment is for sure there, but it was fun. It was fun screwing around with Jonathan, picking on him and shit. So yeah, I don't know. Well, you listened to it. Did you think it was, you know, anything to be proud of? I don't know if I'm proud of it, but it was like kind of cool.
Yeah, so I thought it was cool. Like right off the bat, they mentioned the podcast. I'm not a big Drew Estate Swisher fan. Just not my thing. But the episode was good. The content was good. The banner was good. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would.
It was a little long. Like, actually, it was worse in person.
Really?
Yeah, than it was, because I listened to it later, and I might have been like a little geeked up listening so that I could kind of keep track of the moments. But it felt slower in person, and you know. But at the same time, it is cool information. It's just maybe that information could have been condensed over a shorter period of time.
Yeah.
But the fact that Mr. Jonathan flat out started yelling at me in the middle of the show, calling me a jackass, was definitely the highlight for sure. So we had a good time. It was pretty cool. But I suppose we should address the elephant in the room here and get to what we're smoking. This cigar is actually brought to you by me. However, because of a relationship and an event that I've got going on a little bit later on, we're going to hear a word from this sponsor.
It's time for the Cigar of the Week, brought to you by Leaning House Fine Cigars. The Leaning House is your destination for the ultimate cigar smoking experience. Whether you're exploring their wide selection of premium cigars, unwinding in their comfortable lounge, or enjoying live music on one of the most unique and intimate live music venues in the burg, the house has something for everyone. Do you want to try the stick we're smoking today? Stop by leaninghousefinecigars.com or visit Dave in Bell Vernon or Heidi in Brownsville. Wherever you are, make the house your home for premium cigars.
So, particularly to Sam, if your butt hurt wondering why, first of all, I paid for them. I can choose which commercial to play. But later on, pay attention in the event section, and you'll maybe figure out why I gave it to Dave this week. Without further ado, we are smoking the wDBL Maduro Extra Viejo. This is a 5 1/4 by 50. It is a box press. It's kind of one of those questionable box presses. Like one side has a sharp corner on it, the other side's kind of round and easy on mine, so it's almost like a soft press. But it has a Mexican Arapiraca wrapper, a Dominican binder, and filler from Dominican and Brazil. This is presented in a breathtaking humidor. You don't have to. You can get this in a box count of 20, I think. I was talking to Rick Evers on the phone, our local rep for DBL. But it is a breathtaking humidor with 41 cigars in 3 sizes, Toro, Robusto, and Gordo. And each is equipped with a lock and key humidifying device and hygrometer. So what happened was this is my first time smoking this cigar. Sam gave me his nod of approval, said it was really good, said it's heavy on the presence of the fire-cured tobacco, which I dig. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going into it blind. But I started pulling the info off of the old interweb so that I could identify the different parts of the cigar. And the first thing I see is this humidor. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, I did not see that at the shop. So immediately I start texting Rick Evers. Like, is this available? Is this a limited thing? What's going on? While I waited for his response, I went and looked at some of the other stuff they have, like the limited presentation. Have you seen? I don't remember what it's called. It's a hell of a name. But have you seen any of the other humidors that they offer?
I've seen this one. I don't know that I've seen the other ones.
Um, Dude, wait till you see this. I'm gonna pull it up. So first of all, Rick does get back to me, which I appreciated very much. And so he essentially tells me that initially they only offered the cigars in the humidors. That was it. And Rick convinced Francisco to start producing boxes of 20 just because it was going to be friendlier to cigar shop shelves. For one thing. For the other thing, it's a large quantity to commit to for
Right.
like most smokers. There's a lot of people that'll grab it up anyway, but I mean it's a lot. So I think it's definitely a smart play. But if you see the presentation on these guys, it'll definitely make you reconsider buying a box and be like, "Yo, get me a humidor." So I'm gonna see if I can, while this is loading, anyways, see if I can set up the option to screen grab it. So bear with me for just 1 second. Why don't you tell the kids what your initial thoughts are on the cigar?
I like it. So I've never had a DBL. I have a couple in my humidor. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Definitely taste the fire cure. It's going really well with the bourbon that we're drinking. A little bit dark. I would say body's about a 7. So
I would say so. I mean, it's difficult to tell with the pairing. Bourbon is very good, but I mean, it's a little, in my opinion, a little thick on the palate. So it's a little different than going into it just flat out, but definitely not lacking.
yeah.
All right, so I'm pulling up. It's this guy right here. Why'd you go away? All right, this guy. I'm gonna pull it up for the kids at home. The DBL Derame 3. Okay, look at that. Humidor box that shit comes in, dude. Is it,
like
and
it.
it comes with the cutter and the lighter as well. And the price tag is not what you would think it would be.
Really?
This is like $240.
I would do
Right?
that. Yeah.
Right? Who's buying a box of these
Right?
when you can get that? That is incredible.
And you said lock and key.
Yes, this one has one as well. And then if we go into, I believe the core line is going to have, I don't know, limited editions, this one. So it's an exclusive edition. So the computer's running a little slow to keep up, but that's the box for the cigar that we're smoking right now. The extra, and I'm like, dude, that is so freaking pretty. I need to have that.
Yeah.
Like right away. So, of course, I had to start hitting up Rick and starting the conversation about all that. But let's talk a little bit about DBL cigars. So I found, since we're already on we don't normally like to give the nod to the big boys because we figure they've got their own following, more than enough. But if you're not familiar with the Cigar Authority, as I stated earlier, I've been listening for a long time and a member of their care package, the Care Package Prime, which includes 5 cigars a month for $29.99, includes shipping. So, for the last few months to a year, it's been okay. Like, it's always a good value. I'm always happy with it, but there hasn't been a lot of stuff in there that's really knocked my socks off until I got to that DBL Amarillo Fancy Bellicoso. And that is a really standout cigar just by looking at it, dude. You see that cigar and you're like, okay, somebody put some time into this.
Mm-hmm.
The price point, I think, is incredibly reasonable as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's under 10.
Yeah.
It's freaking nuts, dude. So I know nothing about these guys except for I like the cigar. So I start looking up any information I can find online, and I start spam calling the owner of the company, Francisco Almonte, all the time. Like, dude, how do I get these? Who has them? We need them here. And eventually I get put in contact with Rick Evers, who is the regional rep, not just for Pennsylvania, but several other states. And I reached out and I was like, yo, man, what the fuck are you guys doing? This shit's incredible. Why do we not have it here? And he essentially says that he had made a trek into Pennsylvania one time and just didn't see a lot of interest. So there's only like 2 shops in the state at that time that had been carrying them. And I'm like, you're talking to the wrong people, bro. Like, you need to like send me a couple of cigars to make sure like it's not just that one. Let me have a couple. I want to give one to Sam because I'm trying to get him to take you on. And so he did. And Sam and immediately was like, yeah, I'm ordering these.
Yeah.
And then Chichingo and Patty, friends of the show, I guess Rick says they've been going all over the state, different shops, carrying around those cigars and handing them out to people at those shops. You need to order this, try this. So a lot of people doing Rick's work for him right now, but that's okay because the product's good. So here's a little bit of background. Francisco Almonte started working with tobacco at the age of 7, deveining leaves for his father, and by the time he was 12 years old, he was rolling cigars. Tobacco quickly became his passion, and creating fine premium cigars became his mission. Francisco had the unique opportunity to work under the tutelage of 2 of the world's most famous cigar makers, Carlos Fuente and Lido Gomez at La Flor Dominicana. And apparently, Francisco worked like as a business manager or something for LFD for a pretty reasonable amount of time. And both legendary cigar makers passed down an abundance of knowledge to Francisco, who in turn has incorporated the knowledge, experience, and craftsmanship into his own brand, DBL, which stands for Dominican Big Leaguer. Apparently very passionate about baseball, which I'm sorry, that part goes over my head, but it's not necessary, I don't think, to be able to enjoy the cigar. So like I said, man, like this is the thing that has knocked my socks off more than anything in the last decade, shy of Aladino. Like, this is how I felt when I got on the Aladino cigars.
Yeah, and like you said, like almost nobody's carrying them around here. Like I saw Just the Tip has them. There's one other shop that I know of that has them, and they were on sale. Like, it's already cheap.
Their prices are great. Their quality is incredible. And like I said, dude, like just looking through some of the products they have, the packaging, if you go for the full humidor, dude, I'm going to make sure Sam has a couple of both of them. I'm going to be talking to Rick and Francisco about getting me a couple here. Oh, God damn it. That's what happens. I get distracted. If only, sorry for leaving that window up. Actually, I mean, are there any complaints? I don't see any.
Just Lindsay, but she complains about everything.
Yeah, but I mean, wasn't it nice to have that break from seeing us? You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm thinking. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm going to be talking to him about getting a couple that I could show off for social media, show them on the show, because I think it's absolutely incredible and ridiculous. If you have ever enjoyed a fire cured cigar, give these guys a shot. And if you haven't, that doesn't mean, the stuff is not all the same strength, and I don't know if it's all fire cured, but every single cigar that I've had from there so far, including this one, the Amarillo, and the 4-pack, which includes neither of these cigars, all of them were great.
Yeah.
So is this your first experience with them? Have you smoked other stuff?
I haven't smoked anything from DBL. I've had fire cured. So I think the only other fire cured I've had was the Kentucky fire cured from Drew State. And so for me, I thought that cigar alone, I didn't like it. No. And Woodford Double Oaked alone, didn't really care for it. I put them together and it was a dream. It was good.
So there is something to the pairings, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, well, that's fair. I like the occasional Toscano. And the reason I like it's for the fire cured, man. Like, it's obviously a very different smoking experience than if you're going to sit down with a premium cigar.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, man, like, Toscano has a very unique place for a cigar smoker, and mostly just the, hey, man, something quick, if you want to cut one in half, or the backup stick that you don't have to humidify. And I love it for both of those reasons.
Throw it in your golf bag.
Yeah, you ever hang out with a cigarette smoker, and it's like they're going outside to smoke a cigarette because you're somewhere non-smoking, and you go, shit, like, I can't smoke something down fast enough.
Right.
There ain't no fucking way, and maybe it's freezing outside, and you don't want to hang. Like, that is a great place to have something like a Toscano. Um, but man, these DBLs are just firing on all cylinders for me.
For sure.
So, you know me, I don't want to be pushy, but try these fucking cigars. I've already committed to upping their numbers, but I think once Sam gets opened up, and you know, I can funnel some people over to this brand, I think it's going to pick up pretty fast, dude. This is, I don't know who you talked to when you were here, but somebody either missed the boat or you undersold.
I think even for as strong as this is, I think that it's something that somebody who doesn't smoke a lot of cigars can pick up and smoke. I think it just has enough flavor to do that.
I agree. Also, at the same token, like this is flavor, but that's the old debate, right? Flavor and strength. This does not feel like a tobacco heavy cigar, or I'm sorry, nicotine heavy.
Right.
Right. This is not like, if I think about who makes the stronger stuff right now, it's going to be AJ, maybe back to Pepin, or LFD. This is not like smoking a fucking digger where you get a quarter of the inch into that like 8-inch long cigar and you're like, oh, I need a timeout. This is actually really accessible, I think, barring potentially the fire cure. I think that's something that people love or don't.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing about these cigars for me is more than any other cigar, it's like I could cold draw this all day if I wasn't so tempted to just light it. The cold draw in this is incredible. If you're one of those people that likes to just walk around with an unlit cigar in your mouth for half of the day, dude, this is one for you. It's like not boring.
That's what my dad did.
Yeah.
My dad, he's chewed cigars for 50 years, never lit one.
No.
Never once. Never.
That's a little crazy.
I know.
That's like Shannon's Aunt Judy. Love Aunt Judy. She's a sassy lady. We just vacationed with them. Aunt Judy makes the most incredible from scratch cheesecake you'll ever eat in your entire life. And she does not just cheesecake, like their themed. Like she'll do the apple pie cheesecake or Reese's, or one time she did chocolate covered pretzel one for me. You know, caramel. She'll do all these different crazy. She never eats them. She'd never eaten a bite of cheesecake in her life. I think she's like fucking terrified of it. Like, I don't know if she had family members like that died from diabetes or something or what. And she's just like, dude, like it would be all over for me if I took that first bite, but doesn't eat them.
It's more for you.
For 100%. I got no problem, man. I ain't complaining. And we've come up with some pretty fun ideas for some different shit over the years. And she's very cool to always indulge us. But what's up, Rick Evers? Dude, really, I just finished blowing you for like the last half an hour, and then you come in. So far, I would say close to a third of the way in for me, maybe a quarter. Draw on it is incredible. Like the draw is perfect, absolutely perfect. And the burn is really good for a box press. You know, if you're familiar with box presses just going all over the fucking place on you, it is well made. They don't have the issue with, okay, we just didn't see it until now, Rick. So I don't know. Facebook's a little silly. So I appreciate you chiming in and letting us know you're here, though. I've noticed with box presses, some people are a little ginger about it. Have you smoked the 2012 by Oscar Valladares?
Yes.
Some of the best tasting blends I've ever had. So underfilled, and the cigar performs so poorly. It just blows my mind. And I know that he does other box press stuff, I think, well. Isn't some of the Oscar Valladares proper stuff box press? I can't think off the top of my head if they're in around or not. But I feel like I've had something that I was like, oh, yeah, they can do it. But for some reason, those blends are underfilled, and it's just very disappointing to me because it's like, man, it's like smoking air.
Right.
And it's over in 30 minutes, and it's all wonky and lopsided and fucking smoke all over the place. This is somebody that knows how to make a box press cigar. Yeah. So good job, Francisco.
When I first started smoking, box press was my preference.
Yeah.
But not anymore. I still like it. I'm gonna get shot for this, but I like the way it feels in my mouth.
Fucking little pancake, huh? Is double BP. All right. You know what the hell he's talking about?
No.
Me neither, buddy. Need a little more clarification, Rick. He says that the extra Viejo is double BP, but
Double box press.
double box press. I live in Bethel Park. BP is Bethel Park.
I'm doing this wrong, man.
Double
There we
box.
go. There we
Fair
go.
enough.
Pinky
All
up.
right. There you go. I'm down with it. So I've never had a cigar that I said, "Oh man, I wish this was round," or "I wish this was box pressed." A good cigar is a good cigar, and a bad one's a bad one. There is something to be said for if you're smoking outdoors, like not having to worry about a cigar rolling away from
Right.
you.
Yep.
Then like you're like, okay, the utility of this is definitely evident. But again, there are people that don't know how to do it well. And on the same token too, like David Garofalo did was it the candy bar or the cigar bar?
Yeah.
That he was like, okay, let's get companies to box press stuff that normally isn't. And I had nothing but bad experiences with those on construction. Plugged cigars out the wazoo. It was just, it felt like, okay, maybe this was just meant to be this way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of something to it. A little bit hard to say. Yeah, 10 years, Francisco was the master blender for LFD. Rick chimes in with us. So hopefully he made it home before the weather got fucking chaotic. I did not. I went out to get my tire plugged, and I came out, and it was a freaking monsoon. And then I had to drive the kid to the dentist, and we had debris falling all around us. It was a little Old Testament for my liking. What's up, Steve Jones? Thanks for jumping in and hanging out with us. I think we're a little far enough in. Let's go ahead and find out what is in the news. It's time for the cigar news, brought to you by Tom's Penworks. As a cigar smoker, you appreciate luxury. And as a premium cigar smoker, you appreciate handmade craftsmanship. And as a customer of Tom's Penworks, you'll appreciate the selection of custom-made, limited production items that you can show off to your friends. From handmade pens, pencils, bottle openers, cigar cases, and now custom rings, Tom will create something special for you or your loved one. Find him on the web at etsy.com/shop/Tom's Penworks. And as always, you can find the link in the description for this episode. The smoke production on this is so good, and I know that because I went to check the monitor and make sure everything looked okay, and all I could see was a cloud where my body had been a moment before. So fantastic smoke production on this stick. All right, let's get into it. Foundation Cigar Company to launch the Matapa, or the Matape, or the Matapa, I don't know, at the 2023 PCA trade show. It is a two-blend line that pays homage to the renowned Nicaraguan post, Ruben Dario. This is the first widespread release by Foundation to feature a Sumatra wrapper. Like the 2022 Olmec release, Matapa is being released in a Claro and Maduro Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. The remainder of the blend features a Connecticut broadleaf binder and fillers from Nicaragua. The cigar is available in the same four sizes for both the Claro and Maduro blends: Corona Gorda, Robusto, Toro, and Double Corona. AJ Fernandez is handling the production. Let's see, what else do we got here? Caseta Oktoberfest 2023 is going to be showcased at PCA 23. Back in 2011, Caseta introduced Oktoberfest line. The intent of this line was for Caseta to deliver a cigar blend that could be paired with your favorite malt beverage. It's an annual limited edition line that has been released in an assortment of different sizes, an assortment of different blends, and even made in different countries. This will be the third year developing the known Caseta Oktoberfest blend with the San Andreas wrapper. This year, they are adding a Solomon press, unique size, first introduced in 2014 with the 40th anniversary line. The cigar measures 6 3/4 by 50 and is pressed in the center, but rounded on the edges with tapering near the middle and ends. It was an event-only size for the Oktoberfest 2014, and once again will be used in the same size just for events. Lugion Cigars will introduce an exclusive cigar at the PCA trade show under its Cigares Privé brand that'll be available for retailers to purchase. Cigares Privé was originally a brand launched by Legion for its private label projects. Eventually, the brand was folded into the portfolio, and the company is not disclosing a lot of details other than it'll be a 6x50 Toro containing tobaccos from Honduras and Nicaragua, and it'll be produced at Fabrica de Tabacos Races Cubanos S.D.R.L. That's a lot of fucking things. Can we just be like the tobacco place? I don't know. Something a little less tongue-tying. A total of 795 10-packs will be allocated. So somebody smoked like 5 10-packs, so they couldn't have even 800. They're just like hidden under some kid's mattress, I think. A CLE Cigar Company released the Asylum 867 line at the PCA trade show. The line was previously known as Deadwood Tobacco Company Chasing the Dragon line, and the 3 blends under Chasing the Dragon have now been rebranded with Asylum 867 name. They are described as an aromatic smoking experience using exotic tobacco. A few other footnote here, cigars to be showcased at PCA include the Adventura, the Navigator Ponce de Leon, Blackwork Studio Poison Dart, Matilde Limited Exposure, and Crowned Heads Mil Dias Tropis. So, and then, got to go 911 calls. I assume you know what's going on there. I do not.
Yeah.
And well, I cannot open your news here on Half Wheel. Rick Evers posted something for me. DBL's La Tabla shipping next week. So let me go ahead and just do a quick little browse and see if we can figure out what that's all about while I kill some time and Ryan Seneca kills his phone because it's vibrating off the line.
It's good.
It's a good one. Good vibration.
Have you had the Chasing the Dragon?
I have not.
Me either. I was curious.
Yeah, don't know. So we're scrolling. Unfortunately, Rick, you did the right thing by posting that, but I can't just click on that link from the comment. It only gives me the option, essentially, to report said comment. Here we go. He's coming in with the direct text message, and we've got it. This is, of course, from halfwheel.com, and the report says DBL's La Tabla shipping next week. It is a 7x64 box press cigar called the La Tabla, Spanish for the word board. Uses sun-grown Arapiraca seed wrapper grown in Mexico over a Cameroon seed binder grown in Ecuador, and 3 different types of filler tobaccos. Corojo 99 grown by DBL in the Dominican, broadleaf from Pennsylvania, and fire-cured tobacco grown in the U.S., while Arapiraca is being used on the wrapper on many different cigars. It's best known as a tobacco from Brazil. MSRP, just a hair over 10. Boxes at 24, and will begin shipping today on June 26th. So Francisco says, I love making box press cigars and recognize there weren't many large ring gauge box press cigars in the market and wanted to introduce today's smoker to a new blend in a Vitola that is sure to impress. I would say that's relatively accurate. The biggest one that I can think of personally is the 660 by CAO, at least something that I would go to in a regular on a regular basis, the flathead. I'd still probably stick with the 554, but the box press makes the 660 a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, I like the little spark plug they do.
Yeah,
that's what, like 5x50.
I like it just because of the box that it comes in.
Yeah,
because it looks like you're buying spark plugs.
Yeah.
I think that's an awesome idea, dude. They make some badass accessories too. CAO, man, they know how to do their branding. That fucking dad bod was incredible, and a great packaging and everything. But the cigar was actually legit good, and I was so happy that it was. Did you smoke it?
I did.
And what were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was good, especially for the price of it.
Yeah,
I like the tie. That's probably my favorite part, but no, it was good. I would definitely buy it again.
For me, the can presentation is so smart.
Yeah.
Just because it is a smart way to store the cigars and to travel with them. Man. Like for somebody that doesn't have a travel humidor, if you don't have a Herfador, everybody's got a cup holder, dude. Like somebody listened to Homer Simpson back in like the 90s when he was like, there should be cup holders everywhere.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I got 2 of them in my tree stand. I've got like clip-ons that go on the railing. So I don't know, man. I just think it's a really smart play. Like it'll fit in a water bottle holder on your backpack or whatever.
Yeah.
There's always a slot for a bottle or a can or something like that. And so I think it's a really smart way to package.
Yeah, I like to golf. So for me, take that can, throw it right in the cup holder of the golf cart. You're good to go.
See, I tried asking that last week, but I don't think if I got a clear response or not. If typically golf carts all have like a cup holder.
Oh, yeah.
Is that traditional?
For sure. Yeah.
Like you're good to go, man.
Yeah. There's usually 4 of them.
Yeah. There you go. Fuck yeah. The only question that you're going to ask yourself is where am I going to put my beer, I guess. But like,
It's fine.
yeah.
You got 3 others.
I mean, you shouldn't be golfing with that little beer anyway.
Right.
Like you've got a cooler somewhere.
Camelback.
Or, I mean, if you're playing golf, you like to throw away money anyway. So chances are you got your Yeti with you. Maybe a tote bag Yeti if you don't got the money for the big boy or you don't have the back strength to lift them fucking things. So
Yeah.
you got options, man. You got options, and I think that can design is just fucking brilliant for it. So let's get a little bit into your background in
Yeah.
terms of where you came into cigars, because you, sir, are a fucking amateur professional. I've seen pictures of the humidor. You got quite a collection.
I do.
You've got your fingers in like all of the social medias and the actual medias. Like I always hear your comments pop in on the live broadcast of TCA. You're jumped onto this show pretty quick. So how'd you get into it?
So it all started. So like I said, I like to golf. And one of my buddies had asked me.
It all started flashback time.
One of my buddies asked me to go golfing. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. And he's like, all right, I'm going to grab a 6-pack. I'm going to grab some cigars and I'll meet you there at whatever time it was. So I went to our local tobacco shop. It's like, snuff, cigarette, tobacco, like all that stuff. And then they just happen to have a wall of cigars.
Yeah.
No idea what I'm looking for. And so shelf appeal, real thing, because I just picked something that looked good.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one I picked.
It's the only thing you can do in the beginning.
Right.
Because it's the only sense of it you have. It's like, that looks cool.
Yeah, and the girl behind the counter wasn't going to be any help. So I ended up getting a Java Mint because, I liked mint. I was like, this got to be good. And then I'm like, well, I got to get a second one. I want something that's going to have a lot of flavor. I picked out a Punch Diablo.
Okay.
So like 2 opposite sides of the spectrum. So we go to the golf course. I light up the Java Mint, and it was just beautiful. Like perfect mix of mocha and chocolate and mint. Like nothing overpowers the other. And I was like, that was so good. We get to the back 9. It's a hot day, humid day. I lit up the Punch Diablo, and my mouth was on fire. I didn't think I was going to ever taste anything ever again.
Maybe a little early for that one.
Yeah. I was sweating both from like the heat and the cigar. I was dizzy, nauseated. And so I do owe that cigar a revisit, and I'm glad that Sam's going to be carrying it because I'll stop down and smoke it one day.
As one of those, though, it might be a little early for you, but your kids are going to love it kind of deal. The
Yeah.
Back to the Future fucking.
But, and then from there, I tried the acid a couple times. Was never a fan of that. Just too synthetic for me. Went to the Deadwood. Deadwood was good. And then I stopped down at Dirty Dogs and I talked to Tim. And I said, hey, like, this is what I've been smoking. I want to get into something different. So he helped me pick out 5 cigars. The first one he gave me, I hated. It was a Connecticut. It's never been a Connecticut fan.
Yeah.
But the other 4 were good. And then I just kind of built up from there.
So you clearly, you're not married, right?
No.
Okay. And you have no children?
Correct.
Okay, so that explains why you have so many more cigars than me and so much more alcohol than me, because you've got room in your budget, man. Like you're like, okay, this is my priorities, and maybe Lindsay fits in there somewhere.
Yeah,
somewhere, I don't know, top 3, bottom 10, something
somewhere.
Fair enough. You're not married, so you're welcome to take that position. Wife and kids number 1, cigars probably number 2.
Yeah.
and I guess how often do you smoke? How many do you smoke a day or a week?
I would say probably about 6 or 7 a week. I try to do one a day. Some days I skip. Last week I had a day that I did 6. That was probably the most I did in a day. It was up till about 5:30 in the morning.
You're getting there.
Yeah, but yeah, it's usually one a day.
So I've said it like a million times, but my biggest problem is however many I smoke, or however many I have is what I'm going to smoke.
Yeah.
Like if I have cigars, and the more I have, the more I'm going to be like, fuck it, man, make it rain. I got all kinds of them in a reservoir. So I will burn through them.
Yeah.
But with that being said, sometimes that keeps the quality low. You know what I mean? Because you're like, okay, I ain't going to be smoking $30 of cigars a day or whatever. Right. So you got to keep it a little bit lower that way. But fortunately, I found my everyday in that Aladino vintage selection. That Rothschild hits real well for me. Yeah. The problem is if you think 6 in a day is a lot, if you're smoking those little guys, you burn through them, man. I tell you what, on vacation at camp, like if I don't have anybody watching over my shoulder giving me a stink eye, dude, I could burn through 10 of them in a day, no problem at all.
So if Aladino would come out and say they're not doing that cigar anymore, what would you go to?
So it's a tough one because a lot of I really do legitimately like that cigar a lot. The reason that it is where it is for me is because of the price point and because I have friends that make that price point even better.
Yeah.
So it would be a tough call. Honestly, I would probably have told you like 2 weeks ago that there's another Aladino in the lineup that would be close enough. Like a lot of their Coronas or Petite Coronas or Lanceros are all like really, really good price points, man. Yeah. Like a lot of their stuff. Until you get into the Corojo Reservas, there's almost nothing in their portfolio that really approaches like the average norm cigar price.
Yeah.
And so I probably would have said, hey, I'd go to something here. But at this point, there's a real good possibility that even now, some of my smoking tendencies may end up, bumping over a little bit to DBL just because the price point's incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
The cigar is incredible. And the sizes are good too, like for those price points. You know what I mean? Like I might probably, if you look at it in pure tobacco, it's probably not a very big difference in price for what I'm getting for those Rothschilds just because it's a smaller cigar.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem that you have with a smaller cigar is you're typically always throwing away the same amount, right? Like unless you're nubbing every single cigar, which is not my style.
Right.
You're pretty much always going to end up with at least an inch in the ashtray. Especially like if you're going through a few of them and you're like, I'm going to light it. I'm going to relight that for the 3 or 4 puffs I got left on it or whatever. I'll just grab another one. I got a box. But yeah, man, like I would bet very heavily that if you checked in with me in a couple of months, DBL is probably going to make up, a good third of my cigar smoking just because of the price point and a nice to not be smoking the exact same thing over and over and over every day.
Yeah, I like so I smoke a lot of the industry killers that Sanj Patel put out. That's my golf course cigar. It's unbanded, good price for what it is. I really like the Umaga.
I do too. That's my favorite cigar in his lineup, man.
And
it's the least
the cheapest
expensive
one,
yeah.
right?
I'm like, you messed up, buddy.
But my birthday's coming up in exactly a week. And so like my week, I pick out all the good cigars. I have a couple Davidoff. I have a Byron. I have 2 Byrons, actually. I'll probably throw in some red meat lovers.
See, that's interesting because you're going to cigars that are like a little bit lighter, older. I think of them as a palate for an older guy.
Yeah.
And stuff that's priced out pretty heavy, which I get, like if you're treating yourself and you dig it, cool. But for me, those are not in my wheelhouse anyway, which is probably fortunate. Because if they were, I would be in a lot more financial turmoil than I currently am.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some $30, $40 cigars that don't even punch close to the $8 cigars.
Yeah. Even Padron. Like I love the 1964 Anniversario,
Mm-hmm.
but is it the Diplomat? There's a less expensive size by like a pretty reasonable margin.
The little one.
It's not little. It's a weird, like thin cigar, like a little longer. Maybe a Lonsdale might be longer than a Lonsdale, but there's a particular Patron that where the other ones are all in the 20s. That this one was like 16 or $18, and
It's not the Principe, is it?
I don't know. It could be.
Hmm.
I don't recall. It's been a while since I've had them. I'd give them at Route 19 Cigar. I like that place because they have the buy 3 get 1 or something like that. They have a deal on everything in there. It might even be, I think it's 3 in 1, but it always like messes with you because you go in there and you're like, all right, man, I'm like spend $40 for the weekend, and so like you're looking at getting like they carried Charter Oaks and stuff that I would really enjoy that was on the lower end of the price point. But then it's like, okay, if I could throw in a Padron, but it like screws up the whole idea. Like now I'm paying $16 for the cigar and getting a $6 cigar for free.
Right.
So then you're like, well, I guess I may as well get 3 of them.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want the cheap ones too. So you go up, you buy the Patrons first, and you act like you're getting ready to go out the door, and you're like, and second thought, I'm gonna grab a few of these as well, just so that you could get like 9 cigars and not have your free ones all be the cheap.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of that, so
That's okay.
So, do you have a shop that you frequent more than others? Do you travel around more often, or?
I would say the 2 that I go to the most, Nelson Aguastos and Irwin, just because it's by my house.
Okay.
The only thing I don't like about it is they don't have a lounge. If they had a lounge, I'd probably never
You have
leave.
to pay for the lounge, huh?
No, that's the one in Greensburg.
Oh, okay.
So the Irwin one is just retail.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go hang out at a lounge, I've done Leaning House a couple times. It's just a little bit out of my way, but I'll go there. Especially like I like the Leaning House brand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, very good.
When I run out,
house blend.
I'll go pick those up. Outside of that, Dirty Dogs is probably the most frequent. I'll go down to Leaf and Bean on the weekends. Lindsay likes to go there, and we'll get coffee. We'll have a cigar. We'll sit outside, hang out, and then go walk around and shop.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a cool venue for that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited to see just the tip open for one, like brand new. Like everything's gonna be fresh, new,
Oh, it is.
modern,
Except for the furniture.
That's okay.
But there's some cool furniture there.
Yeah, I'm. Last time I was there, I sat on a bucket, so I'm not gonna
It's all
complain.
gonna be an upgrade, huh?
But yeah.
Real close to your work, huh?
Oh yeah, 10 minutes.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
That'll work out.
Now I will go to the office.
or say so.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you go rent out the conference room in the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to lunch for a little bit, and then I just never return.
That's right. Or hey, honey, I'm going into the office. I thought you were working from home. Nah, they asked me to come in. Fucking later on, they catch you in the background of somebody else's picture on Facebook.
I'm glad she's not here
now. Yeah, man, I'm super psyched for Sam, especially so like we stopped by today to get the cigars, and he was like, "We're almost there." And I'm like, what's really cool is I believe you this time.
Yeah.
Like you've been saying that for 6 months. Every time I come in, you're like, look, we did this, this, and this, and this. We're almost there. And I'm like, bro, you've no walls. Like there's no fucking walls. You're still running over to the laundromat to pee, dude. Like you got no toilet, man. Come on. But he's like, he's pretty much there. So that's very exciting for him and for all of us, man, just to have a new place to be excited about. Now, I know I've seen you at Leaning House for the PCC karaoke, but not you guys never do the live music shows.
No, I'm not. So I'm antisocial.
Okay.
I'm not really antisocial, but I don't like large crowds. I don't like. So like if I'm gonna go somewhere and have a cigar, I want to be able to sit back, talk, hang out, and like that's just not a good venue for that. And it's not that I wouldn't go to one. It's just not my preference.
That makes a lot of sense. For me personally, I just think it's like a great event just because it's like there's something going on.
Right.
Other than you're not just hanging out in a cigar lounge, like, which is cool. But for me personally, like, I can smoke in my house, I can smoke outside of my house, and I put as much effort as I can. I know you can't tell, but into trying to make this a place for me to hang out with people and smoke, particularly more so outside. But I mean, like, we added the heater in here and the ventilation and stuff specifically so that, like, we could blow this place up in February with 10 people for a poker game and not have to sweat it. So, like, it's never been my jam to, like, go hang out in a lounge all day. But with that being said, like, you know, you go to the Leaning House and it's like, oh man, like, this is, and my wife's not a cigar smoker. So, like, for us, it's a place we could both go hang out, enjoy, smoke, hang out with, like, dude, I knew nobody there the first time I went to the live show except for Dave.
Yeah.
And since then, dude, it's like we walk in and we know everybody and they're our friends. And it's like we're all excited to see each other and we'll hang out and bullshit in between or afterward, dude. Like, we're always shutting that shit down at like 3 a.m. So it's like really cool for the after parties and stuff. But like, if you're into live music at all, I don't know if you are.
Yeah.
It is like one of the coolest places to see it just because it's so close, man. It's not a ridiculous amount of people. You don't have to worry about that jackass that's so excited they got to stand the whole fucking time. It's like, now I got to stand the whole time or I'm not going to see anything. And my knees and back are just not cool with that anymore. Like, I want to sit the fuck down and see some shit, man. So yeah, I don't know. It makes sense from your perspective, but I'm hoping I can entice you later on in the event section. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll come out.
Maybe we'll get you out for one. If nothing else, you bring a fucking crate of tomatoes or something with you. It'll be a good time. So actually, you know what? Let's go ahead. I know we're hitting the tent poles a little bit fast, but let's go ahead and just get into the events proper, and that way I don't have to keep dodging around shit. I still don't have a sponsor for this event, but maybe soon. Rick Evers, you know, we can work something out. Let me know. First and most important on the lineup, I cannot stress how big this one is. We're going to drum roll. Friday, June the 30th, if I'm not mistaken, the one, Ryan Seneca's birthday.
No.
You said oh wait, today's Monday,
July 3rd.
I'm thinking that today.
You're okay. You just got back from vacation. You're good.
It's Friday for me, except for that I have to work tomorrow. But sometimes I have to work on Saturdays. Okay. Anyways, Friday, June the 30th at 6 p.m. Be a part of local cigar history as the Cigar Junkies podcast does their first live show from Just to Tip Cigars in South Park, Pennsylvania. Now, I want to clarify. The shop is not technically open. With that being said, it doesn't mean that you can't come in and buy something from Sam. He's been selling shit there for like months. But you can come in, get a sneak peek look at the shop, hang out, have a cigar, and watch us do the show live for the very first time. It is going to, for better or worse, be the new home of the Cigar Junkies. It's going to suck for me a little bit schlepping this equipment over there every fucking Friday. Probably going to run into some technical difficulties the first couple of times just out of getting in a habit of setting up. But nonetheless, please come hang out with us. Come watch us do the show. Come check out the shop. It's going to be exciting. Also, on Friday the 30th at Smoke in Bridgeville, Drew Estate is going to be on hand. They'll have all of the cigars, all of the swag, food and drinks provided. If you've not been to Smoke in Bridgeville, you don't know what you're missing. If you have, you know, Stephanie and Casey Bonacontro do an amazing job. They've turned that place around. It is an incredible shop. They do great events, and I'm sure it's going to be a blast. One more busy day on Friday, June the 30th. House of Feruza. I can't steady my arm here. House of Feruza Cigar Lounge Membership Social. A night featuring new prospective members to get a chance to meet the staff and members and being introduced to the lounge formally. They also encourage recent and non-recent members to meet and share a nice evening. The night will host a free cocktail bar and free cigar at the door. $20 is all you'll need to get in. And for members and guests of new members are free. The guest of a member, I don't know how he's got this worded here. The guest of a member requests membership, the evening will be refunded to the member. So, I mean, there is a fee. I don't know. It's going to cost, I think it's $20 discounted to members and members guests. $25 at the door for a non-member without a member sponsor. That makes sense. If you request membership, again, your evening will be refunded to you. So if you're thinking about joining anyway, I mean, this is kind of the time to do it. You get a little something out of it, you know. So I highly recommend it. If you have not been to House of Feruzzi yet, I don't know if it's Bethel or South Park. I think it's Bethel Park on South Park Road. It is an awesome venue. If you do not have the ability to smoke at home, or if you just want somewhere to be able to get out and call your own and have your own space and be able to socialize, it's definitely worth checking out. Saturday, July 1st at Just the Tip Cigars. It's the PCC only soft opening meeting. This will be at Just the Tip in South Park, Pennsylvania, Bavarian Village Shopping Center. And the event will be for PCC members only. So if you want to attend, you need to be Berg local and sign up for the membership. Note that the date is tentative on the final inspection for the shop, which he tried to bump up. So we'll be getting some information on that for sure any day here. For sure, you're going to find out on Friday when Sam is here to give you more information. But again, I do want to clarify, you have to be a PCC, which is Pittsburgh Cigar Club member. So if you are not already and you are in the greater Pittsburgh area, get on Facebook and apply for your membership so that you will not be turned away. Let's see.
Do you think if Mr. Jonathan showed up, would they let him in?
Oh, I'd make sure he didn't know. Yeah, I'd be like, he's not. You can hear him, bro. You hear in his voice. You're not from here.
I need someone to serve me drinks.
All right, then. I don't know if you want to drink what he's serving you, man.
I might not wake up.
Yeah, the old yellow ribbon cocktail. You might want to have someone taste test that one for you. All right. Most importantly, or least importantly, depending on your views, Saturday, August 26th. I know we're jumping ahead, but this is the reason that I played Dave's bump for you guys today. At Leading House Fine Cigars, you can come hang out for an evening with the Strum Junkie. Now, who's the Strum Junkie? I am. And what does that mean? Well, essentially it means that I've been playing music for 3/4 of my life and never had the schedule or the luck to work it out to be able to play a gig anywhere. So I've been trying to bump up my catalog of tunes, and we're going to that Saturday at 7 p.m. on the deck. I'm going to get up and try my hardest not to fucking suck terribly. I am sure I will fail on some level, but as I mentioned earlier, you could throw things at me. Tomatoes. Maybe we'll sell tomatoes as like a Cigar Junkies fundraiser, like $5 a tomato, $10 for a rotten one. I think that's something we could do.
20 for an egg.
Yeah, water balloons could be fun, except for I want my equipment all destroyed. Again, expect nothing ridiculous, but there's a reason that we are not charging a cover. Normally, there's a $10 admission fee associated with a show at the Leaning House. This is just kind of an informal opportunity for me to kind of go out and jam and hang out with some friends and see if I might be able to break through into doing the live music thing. So in addition to that, and I thank Dave for graciously allowing me to do this, we also have the support of Our Cigar Life Productions, or Dave and Patty Productions. Chichingo and Patty are going to be hanging out with us. They are going to be providing food. They are making a pitcher, like their big giant drink dispenser thing they have with like the green stuff in it at St. Patty's Day is going to be Donkey Punch. It is going to be the most expensive cocktail they've ever distributed because there's a lot of vodka in that shit, kids. And the shit that ain't vodka is more expensive. Krabby's ginger beer, not a cheap date. It's just like $55 a case.
Dave and Patty do it right.
They do. You got to give it to them. So they're going to have food. They're going to have drinks. They're going to be there to hang out and support or make fun of. All things equal, it's all good. So come hang out with us, man. If you haven't been to the Leaning House yet, you thought, man, I don't want to pay to come out and see a show. I don't know who this band is. I'm not sure I'm going to like it. I'm telling you right now, come for free. I can promise you're not going to like it. But if you don't, you get your money back. So it's okay. Right?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys going to make it out for that one?
As long as we're not working, we'll be there.
Call me in. Call me in. I got no time to explain.
If we are working, we'll be at Star Lake. We can just drag you out there.
That would be bad. It would be very, very bad. Actually, the whole experience has already been real cool for me because I've had to try to expand like the songs I could play.
Yeah.
So like mostly because I would only pick up the acoustic once a month or something and bum around on it. It's like the same songs that I've been playing since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I need to pick up more stuff. What can I play by myself? I'm talking to another guy about doing an acoustic duo thing. So who knows? Maybe that works out. And by then I bring in backup, and there's 2 strum junkies.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been like jamming with some country stuff, like peripheral country that most people recognize, and some classic rock stuff that I didn't really think about before, and just picked up and started playing. I was like, oh man, this feels like really good actually. So it'd be a mix. There's something in there for you to love or hate, and like I said, if nothing else, you can make fun of me.
No Taylor Swift.
I was thinking about the Romeo and Juliet song. Maybe Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. That was the best advice my mom ever gave me as a teenager, was not to sing that in school. I can't say that I lived up to that advice, but good time nonetheless. So a little further through, you're probably further. You're like a third more than me, because I have to do the talking on all the fucking reads and shit. But where you at?
It's earthy, but it's like it's hard to explain. It's like an earthy fire.
All right,
in a good way.
You throw some wind in there, and you got some good old timey music.
Yeah.
Dude. Earth, Wind, and
Yeah,
Fire.
yeah. No, I dig it. This is my first DBL. I would buy a box of these for sure.
Well, now that you've seen the box,
Yeah.
how could you not?
I just like the key because I can lock her out of it.
Damn. You come home and that shit's just busted all over the floor. Fuck. It did not go the way I thought it would. No, man, the key is you just carefully reband all the shitty cigars with the good bands on them. That's what you save them for, bro.
Smart.
You're like, how you like that fucking Atabay over there? It's like why am I going to brain fart on it? The Macanudo. Macanudo Cafe Hyde Parks with fucking Atabay bands on them.
Yeah.
Be feeling like a tourist on the fucking Mexican beach with your fucking Cohiba glass top and shit.
When I first started, probably within the first couple months that I was smoking cigars, I went up to Presque Isle and thought I was the shit just sitting out there on the beach with my Macanudo orange.
Dude, that's nothing. At least that cigar could draw.
Yeah.
When I first got into it, so here's the story, right? Dad moves to Florida. Dad never smoked. Dad never drank. He moves to Florida, decides he's a pirate, starts drinking rum all the fucking time and smoking cigars. So he's ordering all of these 50 count samplers from fucking from CI with like the 5 Cohibas sprinkled in, and like the rest of them are all fucking trash you've never heard of. And so what Dad did is he sent me the cigars he didn't like. Hey, try these. I'm like, all right. I'm like rolling through them, and I'm like, these are all kind of weird. There's like an elephant on the bed and shit. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I just quit smoking cigarettes, and like a lot of it wasn't working for me, but I was kind of like excited about the idea. So we go on a family vacation with my in-laws down to Powhatan, Virginia. And there's a little wine shop down there that sells cigars. And they have Gurkha. And I'm like, I know that name because I know CI's catalog and shit. Like, I know that name. That's an okay cigar. And it's the Gurkha Assassin. And to this day, one of the coolest boxes ever made. It's got magnetic clasps built in, like drilled into it, right? And this like wood carving on the top that is just so cool looking. And me and my brother-in-law grabbed these cigars and we're smoking them on vacation. We're like, this is fucking great. Now, meanwhile, these things don't draw for shit. They're garbage, but we don't know that at the time because you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? You're feeling your way through and shit. But I'm like, this is acceptable. Like I can get through this cigar and shit, and like I fucking feel cool smoking it or whatever it was. So yeah, we probably could have smoked carrot sticks more easily. Those things were probably not well humidified. Didn't draw for nothing. But like it was cool. We enjoyed it at the time. And like there was a good while where I was real heavy on the Gurkha end. And like I'd be getting their sample. I'm like, man, I'm saving all this money. Look at this. It's like $700 worth of cigars for $50.
Right. Yep.
Like, first of all, kids at home, what's getting close? For the public service announcement from Uncle Corey. Let me just tell you, if they say it costs $700 and they're selling it to you for $50, it's worth $50 if you're lucky. Probably $25 because they're gonna make a profit on that shit still. Off the soapbox, public announcement concluded. But yeah, dude, this is the first time I've had this cigar. So far, man, like I don't want to dive too deep into the fucking trope of baseball metaphors, but definitely a home run for DBL for me. Like this is 6 or 7 that I've had of their different cigars, and there's not been a single one that I haven't been impressed with the quality. And you know, like some of the flavors more than others, but like them all.
Yeah.
Like them all. Like if you watch this show and it's or listen to the show in the early days, like before we even had the video, which wasn't that long ago, a year and a half, there was a lot of cigars that we'd smoke on this show that I wasn't excited about. And it was like, you know, I could respect this and I could respect that, but I'm not going to talk trash on it. But at the same time, I'm not going to kiss its ass either because it just isn't for me. And like the truth of the matter is there are more cigar smokers out there with a different taste preference than me. So I'm not going to sit here and like act like superior about it. But man, like every single one of these is fired for me. So I'm looking forward to smoking my way through the rest of the catalog and fucking hopefully some of them bad. You know, it's going to be disappointing though. And this is a good selling point for those cigars is that when you buy the humidor, as soon as there's a cigar missing, it's going to fucking destroy my OCD.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a humidor and a bundle, right? Or a box or whatever, so that I can like I'll take one out and put one in. Like I probably just smoke it out of the bundle, but like then I'm not, I don't know. Like I'm a fucking idiot.
I did that with my Island Gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too pretty. Like you got to have it full or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Drives me nuts because every liquor bottle in my cabinet has like that much left in it. It's like I just don't. I go to something else because it's like, man, if I finish that, I'm gonna thin out the herd.
Right.
It's gonna look like I got a lot less shit and a lot less options. Well, guess what? The truth is, I don't have that much shit. It's all a lot of unopened stuff that I don't drink that I keep there for guests, or it's stuff that I like that has like this much left in it so that I can say I have it.
Yeah. I have a couple like that.
You also have a lot of bottles.
I do.
How much bourbon would you guesstimate that you have? And is there another cabinet for non-bourbon?
All my non-bourbon is behind my bourbon.
Okay.
But I probably
Get in the back.
probably have about 80.
That's a good bit of bottles.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lindsay tells me that she thinks I'm on the spectrum because when I get into something, I really get into it. And so number 1, cigars, number 2, bourbon, number 3, golf.
Yeah.
And of course, I would pick like 3 of the most expensive hobbies to have.
That's right.
But, you know, I work for my money. I may as well enjoy it.
You're not alone. I don't do anything halfway except for my honeydew list. And I don't even start that. So I'm okay. But like very much the same, dude. Like if I get into something, my wife's like, oh no. Because I just can't help it, man. Like if I'm interested, I'm all the way interested. I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Colby, by the way. Dude, our viewers jumped way the fuck up for a minute there. We're still holding pretty good at 9, but we bounced for a minute. So like, I don't know, man. Like there's just something about my mentality that like once I get into it, I'm into it. Like the podcast is a great example of that. Like the cigars were one thing, but then, the equipment on the podcast, I can show you pictures like a flip book of this shit growing out. It was that way with photography. It was that way with power tools, video games, computer stuff, music. I never get interested in a cheap hobby. What's up, Seth Jones? Never, dude. Like everything that I like is like expensive. So like when somebody like comes by and was like, dude, golf. Like you don't know, like you hate it, but then it's just gonna click and you're gonna sink your whole fucking life into it. And I'm like, I don't need to sink my whole life into something else. Like, let me stay bad at golf and do it like once a year just to like fucking make my presence known for the work event or whatever. But like I don't need something else to run off and do and spend ridiculous amounts of money on. Like I'm covered way more than I need to be. So are you that way with golf too? Are you like whole hog in? Like do you have the expensive clubs and like
I do. I have probably about 2,000 invested in clubs. I'm about to, if I can make it work in my garage, I'm going to do about a $10,000 golf simulator so I can play in the wintertime.
damn.
Yeah.
But I keep thinking that I'm gonna have money for that kind of shit soon. Because like my daughter's gonna be 17 and my son's 15. So I'm like, man, I got 3 years. But really, the expense ain't going away. Like fucking college and shit. And my son don't plan on moving out for at least, well, he don't plan on moving out at all. He said it flat out. He's like, I'll live with you guys forever. I imagine there's going to be a point in time where he's going to want a little bit of privacy. And, I'm hoping anyhow. But if not, like I said, I've said it on the show before, it'd be like, all right, man, half your money, I'm holding on to it. And then that way, when I kick you out, I won't feel bad because you'll be able to buy a nicer house than I have.
Yeah. I bet you I lived with my dad until I was about 24, 25. But, for me at that time, I was going. So one thing about EMTs, paramedics, we all work 4, 5, 6 jobs. And so I would just go job, the job, the job, the job. And it just didn't make sense for me to get an apartment because I would never be there.
Right.
And so, where I lived was basically just a crash pad.
So what's the reason for that, for all those jobs?
Dude, pay sucks.
Really?
So pay sucks. It's getting better. Like the pandemic, I think, a lot of people started leaving healthcare.
Yeah.
And so I think that they started saying like, we have to pay them or they're going to go do other stuff. And so it's gotten better from there. But, when I first started as an EMT, I was making $7.25.
Oof.
And I was making, when I became a paramedic, I was making $12 an hour. Wow. And yeah. And, for the
Dude,
job,
that's got to be frustrating. Have you ever needed to go in an ambulance somewhere?
Yeah.
So like, you ever like look at that receipt and be like, where this money ain't going to us, bro? Like fucking, and to some extent I get it, right? Like there's a lot of overhead and expense for that stuff, for having specialized equipment and vehicles and shit. And so like if it's not being utilized and you only get one call in a week, well, somebody's got to pay for that shit. And so like I get that. But at the same time, man, like fucking a lot of times people come out of the hospital wishing they didn't fucking make it.
Dude, I spent 4 days in the hospital and I think my bill was about 60.
Jesus
it's crazy.
Christ.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, I work for y'all motherfuckers. I can't make this in a year.
Yeah. It was actually kind of funny too. So like my ambulance ride was free because I made sure that the people that I worked for came pick me up. But when I was in the hospital, when they found out what I did, like they just made me take care of myself. So
and then still charged you?
Yeah. But
wow.
That's
okay.
kind
of fucked up.
Like I said, I'm antisocial. I wanted the privacy anyways.
Take care of yourself. I can't imagine. any infliction that you would be under that would require a 4-day stay in the hospital, where they'd be like, "Nah, you got this." Like, well, let me go home then.
Yeah, I wanted to. They put me through 4 days of testing and didn't find anything and kicked me out. But for that 4 days, I probably saw my nurse 4 times.
Yeah, find a
But-
fucking blue crayon jammed up in there in the
yeah.
X-rays.
I don't think they went deep enough.
Yeah, fucking always hold their thumb over it just perfectly to cover it up. Fucking Dr. Hibbert, that shit. That's crazy, man. Like I actually thought that was like a reasonable profession. Why is this country so fucked up, man?
I mean, it's getting there. So I see.
But, but no, man, it's not, because the jobs that do pay really good money that are accessible for people that don't have means for college educations. And first of all, that's practically fucking half of them. You could throw them in the trash anyways.
Right.
But like, I work in a steel mill. Like, I can take the dumbest kid off of the street and bring him in, and he can do a reasonable enough job to fit in with the rest of the group and make $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
But then the people that literally are the tent poles of our society, like teachers that are like you're depending on to raise the future of this country, and then the people that you require to keep them not just healthy but fucking alive.
Right.
Get jack shit. It's crazy. And meanwhile they're fucking charging out the ass.
Yeah. I mean, nursing is booming. I see nursing jobs that are, $80-$90 an hour.
Oh, Seth Jones. I would love Seth Jones to be a nurse.
Is
Have you seen him in person yet?
he said, I saw the picture. Is he coming to
He's coming to town next
Oh.
Friday, dude, I think.
bro, we're gonna hang out.
Oh, dude,
I can't wait.
he could hang us out. He's fucking massive.
Nice.
Dude, do you watch Marvel shit?
No.
Not at all?
Nope.
Are you familiar with any of the characters?
Yeah.
You know who Kingpin is?
Nope.
Oh, dude. He's this big dude with no hair that's just built like a fucking rectangle with a necktie on.
So
Just fucking refrigerator of a dude.
when I got the picture of Seth Jones, the first thing that I thought of, Seth, don't he's gonna beat me up on Friday.
He's
I
very
thought,
gentle.
oh, good. I'll need it. I thought of Seth from American History X.
Oh shit.
Big-
fucking
Big bald dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's Ethan Suplee.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, dude. Fucking he's My Name is Earl.
Dude, I don't watch
you didn't
movies.
watch My Name is Earl?
I don't watch movies. I
Uh,
watch Titanic.
How about another great movie he was in, Remember the Titans?
I've
The
seen
fucking football
yeah,
movie. That's
yeah,
the
I've
one
seen
where
that.
he's
Gotcha.
the fucking
Yep,
big dude
got it.
doing the, oh man, I just gave your mama a piggyback ride. She's twice as big as me. And then he was in fucking Boy Meets World as one of the bullies in Boy Meets World. Butterfly Effect. He's the big fucking goth dude. I feel like we talk about this motherfucker all the time. And then what was the last one? Mallrats. Did you see Mallrats?
Nope.
No. He's the fucking guy staring at one of those. Remember in the 90s, the 3D pictures were like a real big deal, like the fucking printed picture, and you
Yeah.
like had to look at it the right way. I'm one of those people that never saw ever. I've never seen the picture of one of those, not once. But he's dude like looking at this fucking picture. He's like, I come in here every day for the last week. They say there's a sailboat, but I don't see a sailboat. All I see is a bunch of lines. But today I packed a lunch and I've got a can of pop. And I'm going to sit here till I see that fucking sailboat. He like loses his shit and ends up trashing the place at the end. It's great. Very, very Seth Jones, I think. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm down with it. But no, he's essentially a walking fucking eclipse for somebody of my size.
Where does he live?
Fucking Connecticut, bro.
Bro, you're coming all the way out here.
He did it last year.
Did he?
Do you know that, dude? So fucking, we only knew Seth Jones as we know you. The difference is you're like fucking around the corner. You know what I mean? But fucking Seth Jones, like, we're like, how the fuck do you find out about us up there in Connecticut? Because it was pretty early on.
Yeah.
And he'd be hanging out watching the show live and in the chat room all the time. And so this time last year, I guess fucking he had talked to Sam, I didn't know. We're sitting here doing the show. Well, he was supposed to go to fucking Tampa for vacation and the hurricane hit. And so he's like, well, that's done. I ain't going there. So he's like, what am I going to do with my vacation this year? So he drove to Bethel Park and fucking came here for the weekend to watch us do the podcast.
Nice.
It was like, I don't know if I'm extremely flattered or concerned for your mental well-being.
Yeah.
That like that was the thing that you wanted to fucking do with your spare time and shit. But Sam didn't tell me. So he comes up the drive. We have the garage door open. Sam's like, it's nice out. Leave the garage open. And fucking look up and there's just fucking all the lights gone. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like in a storm and no, there's just hulking man in the fucking driveway. I'm like, the Amazon guy already came today. Who the fuck is this guy? And yeah, man, it was Seth Jones. The fuck, so you don't recognize him? I'm like, motherfucker, his Facebook pictures his Jeep. I know there's pictures of him on there, but I never look at him that close. I don't know, it's a little different. You know, your nerves are a little shaky whenever you got some giant man walking up your fucking driveway. I don't know. Self-preservation, man. I was about to fucking push Sam out in front and run upstairs.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about fucking the intern?
So he's a trip. He's so I think he was great for the show. Charismatic, just and he's so I'm not into nerd shit. My man's into nerd shit.
Oh, very much so.
But
like he is into any nerd shit you can think of, right? Like you pick a topic and that dude fucking can pull out pictures of him dressed as that shit in fucking middle school.
Yeah, the first time I met him was at the St. Patty's Day party.
The shit stick.
Yeah, the shit stick.
Fucking good time.
Like he's not here now because he's roaming construction sites looking in porta johns in the ashtrays.
So that'll be interesting too this Friday. So we did that show. It was a great time, but the podcast was like the worst part of that whole show because the lighting is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
We're like trying to set up in the corner. Everything's loud, which is cool. It's a fucking party and shit, but like nobody can hear us.
Right.
So there's no point in trying to pay attention except for like a couple people are watching on their phones.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, but it's hard, man. It's hard to follow along with and shit. So I was like, we got to do something about that. So fucking Jason hooked us up. We got a small PA system now.
Nice.
That when we're doing the stuff live, we'll be able to run a monitor out. So like everybody that's hanging out within a reasonable area of us will know what's going on without having to watch their phones or fucking like block out the excess noise and shit. So I'm looking forward to trying that out in person. We've done some test runs here. So I've taken possession of this equipment as my own and utilized it thusly. So like my wife was real worried that we'd be able to fit everything into Betty White is my truck's name on the way, up to Maine. And I says, all I care about is if there's enough room for my guitar. Like that's a last minute thing, but I'm hoping. Well, there ended up being so much extra room. We put a 10x10 canopy, hammock frame, and the PA system in there. And so fucking I set up a couple of times the PA system out on the deck so I could practice. Now, that sounds like maybe a dick move, but these people own like 12 acres. Like you can't, you walk all the way down to the water, you can't see anybody else's property. And at nighttime, there is one house, the whole way across the fucking water that you can see the lights on.
Yeah.
And so we are like by our fucking selves. And so I met the homeowner. He come to deliver some firewood for us. They live around the corner at a farm. And I was like telling him like, I got the PA out there and shit. He was like, dude, you should run that shit down to the dock and fucking play as loud as you can and put on a show for the whole fucking like the whole area. And I'm like, dude, I did not bring enough extension cords for that. That's like 500 feet. But I was like, cool to have like his stamp on of approval to be like, no, like you're cool. You can play. So I'm fucking playing a show and on this deck by myself, man, like just fucking going through practicing because I know I got this shit coming up. And so I'm just playing, plugged into the PA with my acoustic. And my son's inside playing video games on his Switch. And Aunt Judy's hanging out there, just sitting there getting some sun. And my son comes out. And he goes, Mom's on the phone. She says you're too loud. They're out kayaking. And so I get this. Well, first of all, my initial reaction was, what? And she says, you're too loud. I looked at Aunt Judy. I said, is it bothering you? You think it's too loud? She's like, I think it's fine. I'm like, they can fuck themselves. I did turn it down after that song a little bit. But so when I talked to them later, apparently they're like fucking a mile up the inlet, dude, like a mile. And they're like they were heading back toward the house, and so they come around this one quarter, and Uncle Artie, who is fucking deaf as shit, and don't have his hearing aids in because of the noise from the wind and shit out on the open water, he goes, I think that's Corey. And she's like, you see Corey? And he goes, no, I can hear him. She's like, what? She's like, holy shit, that is him. She like digs her phone out and calls. It's like, who cares, man? Like, it's the middle of the afternoon. Nobody's trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Nobody's around. Nobody can hear me in their homes. And like, you're the only two people stupid enough to be on the fucking ocean with kayaks. Dude, that is a challenge.
I bet.
You ever do kayaking?
So I can't swim. And so it was funny because
advise against it then.
yeah. Lindsay was she was asking what we can do for her birthday, or she's like, why don't we go like kayaking or something? I said, you realize I fall out of that, I'm gone, I'm dead. She'll probably push me out, but it's okay. But side note of that, I do water rescue.
Oh, interesting. How?
Yeah, I don't know. I wear a life vest.
Well, you wear one of those kayaking too,
Okay.
So, I mean, you're just as good.
I wouldn't want to wear it.
I mean, you have to. It's the rules.
There's no rules on the open water.
Well, I guess if as long as the Coast Guard or somebody doesn't come by. Come on, Seth. This isn't any shittier than it normally is, man. I'm like, fucking, y'all know what you're signing up for. Don't act surprised. So I'm not a big fan of the kayaking. I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
However, for a man who is generally not very old, like I'm approaching 40, but I'm not old. Dude, that shit's hard on my body.
I bet.
I have a terrible back. I've got other issues. I had arthritis in the AC joints, wrist problems, all that shit. So, like, it's just not a fun time for me. So we get out there, and she's like, oh, I want to go out to the bay. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. There's like 5 of us. And initially, I'm having trouble, but I, like, hit my stride. I figure it out. Like, I get my body mechanics going. It's not so bad. But we've got the wind is pushing us, right? And you got to be careful there because the tides are so extreme that when it's low tide, dude, the water's probably like 7,500 feet from our dock.
Jesus.
Like, it is just mud. So it's like, you got to time that shit right or you're carrying that fucker back a long ways, So we're on our way out and like, I just stopped paddling and the wind is pushing me at my back. It feels great. And I'm like, this is awesome. And I'm like, oh no, coming back's going to be fucking terrible. And like, I'm like, we better watch how far we go and shit. My wife's a pro. She does that shit all the time, but it's normally on lakes. So like, they're all out ahead of me, like my wife and my daughter and shit. And I'm like trying to get their attention. Like, hey guys, maybe think about, turning back. But my wife's just, she's one of those people that always has to see what's around the next corner over the next horizon. You know what I mean? Like, what if there's something cool there? I can't turn around. Like, fuck. So I said, screw it. I turned around a little bit before them. Like, I tried to get some attention. But I was like, yeah, I'm going, man. Like, come on, Aunt Judy, let's go pack. And they did. They recognized it and kind of, caught up a little bit and stuff. But we're paddling back, and you stop paddling for a second, and you're going backwards.
I bet.
Because the tide's coming that way, and the wind is still pushing that way. It's choppy. There's waves, and it was intense, man. And like, I made it back with no problems, but like, I am not pushing it. That's why I didn't want to go too far because like, I have no faith in my abilities to get back here.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, we did that wrong, dude. I was like, what we should have did is treated it like a float trip in the river and like drove a mile down the road and put the kayaks in at low tide.
Yeah.
And then fucking explored and like let the water just push us home.
Yeah.
Like push us back.
That's the way I would do it.
Come back for the vehicle later and shit. You know, like we could have made that work, but we did it the hard way, dude. We did it the hard way. Man, like the listenership's jumping up and down today, like back up to 10. That's pretty good numbers, man. Like I think, I don't know if it's just because it's Monday or if it's because you guys checked in and saw Sam wasn't here and decided to hang out or what. But it's nice to see some friendly faces out there. Hi, Heather. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like sometimes these shows hit weird on different days of the week. Like we did that one Thursday at noon, and there was like 20 people here. Who everybody's like sitting at their cubicle and
Yeah, I
work.
was gonna say they're probably all at work.
They're all like, "Fuck yeah, I can pay attention to something else." I was just looking at my Facebook reels, anyways. I'm still relighting this because I'm talking so much. Sorry, I should have more faith in you, Seneca.
You're good. It's okay. But yeah, water's not my thing. I've always had a phobia.
Oh, I was gonna say, how come like you never went? Okay, it's time to learn.
Yeah, can't do it.
Okay,
So
you're just scared of it. Was there a traumatic experience?
yeah, so when I was little, my dad had a boat, and so my dad, great guy. maybe not the best.
This story is not going to show him in the best light, is it?
That's okay. He's not gonna watch.
Along with many other people.
Look, 9. Maybe it's the pretty face. Am I better than Sam?
Oh, it could be.
I doubt it.
You got this look on you that I like. It's like you look like a toddler up to no good. Like you're just standing in the corner having too much fun doing nothing. Like you're shitting your pants, aren't you? You're like, you're gonna have to change this, motherfucker.
But yeah, so my dad, when I was little, he had a boat, and we'd go out on the boat every weekend. And one day he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna toss you in the water," and his wife, whatever at the time, was like, "I'll catch you." Those fuckers didn't catch me. I went all the way down.
Oh,
and so ever
but
since
you didn't die.
I didn't die, but I could have. I guess I could die doing a lot of things, but yeah.
Like being water rescue when you don't know how to swim.
Dude, I'm telling you, like right after. So when I was going through the certification for it, again, can't swim.
They don't test for that.
Oh, we tested. I don't know how I passed, but they threw us in Ohio Pile. I think it was November because it was cold as shit, and we're doing this thing where you have to self-rescue, float down the river, and you have to swim to the side and get to what's called an eddy, which is where the water kind of calms down and you're not getting pushed anywhere anymore. So I'm floating down. I try to get to the eddy. I can't swim for shit, and so I miss it. The instructor comes up, throws me a rope bag, and he's like 20 feet from me. And so now I'm floating down like towards the waterfall, and I'm talking shit the whole way. I'm like, "You're supposed to be the instructor, and you missed me by 20 feet." Like
you're supposed to teach water rescue. Fucking rescue me.
So one of my buddies, I got close enough to the shore, and I mean he's like 6 something, and he just like held on with his feet and reached in and grabbed me and yanked me in, and I was like, "Bro, you just saved my life."
That's crazy. And then we're like, yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Whatever.
Well, so how'd you survive getting tossed and sinking to the bottom? Did somebody come down for you when you were a kid?
I guess.
You remember?
No, I mean, I remember it happening. It's just I was so young that I don't remember all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did you have to get like the kiss of life from somebody?
No, I hope not.
All right. Trauma,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll respect that you tried to do the fucking test and shit.
Well,
seems like a terrible idea.
My boss made me.
Oh,
so
okay.
his claim to fame.
He was like, so fucking all right, $7.50 an hour, dying. All right,
yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah. Well, I don't like heights.
Yeah.
And so when he first came in, the first thing he did as a team building was took a zip lining. And I'm like, "Bro, I don't like heights." He's like, "Get up there." So we did that, and then
you don't have to like it, just do it.
Yeah, well, I did, and it was actually fun. I would go ziplining again, but after that, he's like, "All right, now you're getting in the water." I was like, "Dude, you're trying to kill me." Like,
see, ziplining bothers me a hair. Like I've done a little bit of it. For me, I'm not necessarily afraid of heights. However, I am afraid of being in heights where I am not in control. So I do not care for like roller coasters and shit like that because I'm like waiting for something to go. You know what I mean? Like I've seen fucking YouTube and shit. Like this does not seem cool. But like if I'm in control, if I'm like walking around on a ledge or climbing up something that I feel confident in getting up on top of or whatever, like I'm cool. Which is funny because my wife freaks out in those situations, but she loves the roller coasters and stuff. But I think some of that for me was definitely work. Like I went down to a job in Baltimore. Shit, my son would have been infant, so this is like 2008, and we go down. It's a Boilermaker. If you don't know what a Boilermaker is, excuse me, every power plant in this country operates on a singular premise. Like they all have different fuels, but essentially there's a large building made of pipes that are all right up against each other, and fire is put in the middle, and then the water and the pipes flashes the steam, turns a turbine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, those things require upkeep, and the Boilermakers and the steam fitters are the ones that do it. And so, like, you'd have to go in and cut out pipe and weld it new and all that stuff. And I was never good enough for any of that shit, but like I was great for the labor work, and they loved to cram me into small places.
Yeah.
Well, so I come down there, and like we were slow up here, and we were trying to buy a house, and I had to go. This was like the only work I could get, and it paid pretty good. And so I get down there, and I'm like, all right, here's where you're gonna be, Banks, blah 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 blah. And they fucking take me, and this is a fucking, the size of this boiler would blow your mind. Like I bet you it's 10 or 14 stories from the inside of this hollow area where the pipes all around you. And we've got lights hung up and stuff, but it's still kind of dark and creepy and shit. Very Batcave-esque,
Yeah.
you know? And there's this fucking metal cable hanging from the very top that I can't see the top of, attached to a little fucking cart. I don't know, man. Like it's essentially a basket. Let's call it a basket that is got like a handrail and a mid rail, and it's like that's it. And there's this cable hanging down through this pneumatic powered thing. So there's an air hose, and you push the button, and it takes you up. And it's like, all right, you're going up there, and you gotta shake these things loose and shit. And I'm like, what? Like this does not sound like a fun time. So there was a lot of stuff like that that kind of made me go like, okay, you can either like make a living and provide for your family,
Yeah.
or you could go home and have nothing, you know.
Yep.
And like things like that to propel you over the edge. Necessity being the mother of an invention, and also sometimes doing shit you don't want to.
Yeah. Well, so I used to work where you work.
Okay.
And
I appreciate you not saying the name that must not be spoken.
correct. And so one of the things that we had to do was we had to rappel off of an overhead crane. And once you got up there, like saying no wasn't an option. They made you do it.
EOT crane, same location, or was it an outside crane?
It was an inside crane. It was. Do you know where they store the old fire truck? It's
in the external building, or like an external section.
It's right next to, I think, the 64.
Yeah.
But
it's in like the South Yard, I think, actually.
Yeah,
so I think it's below the CA line, like
Yeah.
south of there. They have a fire station out there, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was in one of the actual bays that they stored an old truck. But they took us in there because it's all storage, so we had to rappel off the overhead crane there, and it was like they literally just tossed me off. And I was like, and back then that was $10 an hour. I'm like, this is not worth it.
Yeah.
But need the money, so did it.
Yeah, I don't know how those guys qualify if they get paid as well as the workers in the mill do.
Now they do.
Do they?
Back then they didn't.
Well, shit. If you'd like to work one job instead of 5, I got your 6, buddy.
I'm good now. I did the adult thing and went to college, and
now that Sam opened a new office for you.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it'll work. Fucking yeah, there are a lot of those experiences in life, man. Those sink or swim, pardon the pun, but there's a lot of that too. Oilfield was the same way.
Yeah,
everything was fucking terrifying when you go out there, because they just tell you nothing before you go out. Like, I didn't know anything about the oil field. I did like a little certification training class about natural gas at Steel Center.
Yeah.
And so like I get hooked up with this job, and I go through this whole training process where they literally tell you nothing about what your actual job function is.
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain anyhow. So I kind of get it now, but it's like, man, like you save a lot of time by telling people on the first day, like, now you're going to be outside 24/7. You're going to be fucking out in the weather. It's going to be hotter than hot and colder than cold. And like, there's going to be all of these things that can kill you everywhere. So you get out there and you're like, yeah, don't touch this. It's got like 5,000 PSI on it or whatever. And like, you spend weeks like learning about all the different ways natural gas can kill you. And then you get out there and you see like oil dripping or you hear a gas leak and you're like, oh, isn't that a problem? And they're like, nah, it's fine. You know, if it starts getting to the point where it hurts your eardrums, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go take a nap in there. Let me know how it goes. It's just like, oof. Yeah, in the beginning, there's a lot, like every noise makes you jump, dude. Like fucking a valve opens, like an automatic valve, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yep, been there.
Run! So
I got some of my old coworkers in the chat from that day.
oh no shit.
I do.
Fucking who's the one that grabbed you?
They grabbed me?
Yeah, like which
Oh, not in the.
oh,
not
is
the-
this the
this is-
throwing you off?
Yeah,
thing?
this is the throwing
That
me
we
off
went
thing.
through a lot of traumatic experiences.
Yeah, I've had a lot of trouble. Maybe this is why I smoke.
That's why we say cigars are cheaper than therapy. Look
For
at this
sure.
shit, man. Like this would cost you like $250 an hour in some office somewhere.
100%. Yeah.
You know?
And Lindsay's back.
Yes, she is. Just to make sure that she can kick you while you're down.
Yeah. Just keeping tabs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's weird, you know, because I'm not like necessarily a pushy person. Like get over your fears and shit. Like I get it. There's a fundamental reason that you have a fear of it. Now, if you didn't have an experience and you're like, nah, man, just that water shit looks weird. I'm not down with it. I might be like, I don't know, but you have an experience. You have an experience,
Yeah.
and you know, everybody does. Like fucking biggest, scariest dude's afraid of something. Probably you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking Indiana Jones was scared of snakes, bro.
So am I.
I'm not scared of no snakes, you know? Like fucking everybody's got something. So
Yeah.
let's welcome the new members to the group. There's some notable mentions in here this week. Let's start off with Roger Penton, Jen Scaley, Jess McConaughey, Tyler McConaughey. So we got a couple. All right, that's good. Coming by the twos, Noah's Ark, this bitch. David Garofalo, Barry Bellevaux. I don't know if I ever invited Barry before. I think I thought about it, but I'm like, nah, man, I can't want to waste his time with this shit.
Barry's
So Barry Bellevaux, Barry Stein. But I was like, oh man, like I came to your shit, like I'll invite him and see if maybe he ever catches some of this shit. And here's the thing, I feel like this show is way more Barry's vibe than the Cigar Authority, like way more.
Yeah.
Because like all we do is the fucking shit talking bullshit and the stuff that he enjoys there. You know, you don't have to listen to Mr. Jonathan try to read nothing or Dave try to fucking pronounce words and shit. Like you get a few minutes of that every episode with me, but like there's a lot more just trying to take each other down as low as we can. You know what I mean? So Barry, the Mark Thomas Mans. And if it's not obvious already, I think he's gotten it before. We try not to do repeats here, but participation trophy of the week, the consigliere, the one and only, Ryan Seneca, there for you in a pinch unless you're in a kiddie pool and needs help.
Or a bathtub.
That's right. Well, that's not what I heard. I heard you're the man for the help in the bathtub, no?
Yeah. I'm experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking, I ain't coming in there, but I'll hold it for you. Make sure you don't get in too deep. Fucking, so there was a lot more that I wanted to do in preparation for this shit, but as I stated, it was a crazy week and a busy day. So I was trying to get photoed into or drawn into the logo for the show, but it turns out I did not have the time.
It's okay.
Yeah, so didn't make you a participation trophy yet either, but maybe we will. Maybe we'll get that. Did you get one before?
I did. I'm a two-timer.
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 We have a guy at work, we call him two-time. Because on the morning call every day, it's always, all right, we've got 2 for rest, 2-time for rest, 3-time for stain, 2-time for this. It's like everyone, oh, it's 2-time. So, fucking, how was it, man? Like, I know you've seen the show before. Fucking, you had to sit in the seat. It's amazing how much you can look at that clock in the beginning and go, how are we going to get there? And then you get to the end and you're like, okay, this is the logical stopping point, but like I'm kind of having fun now.
Yeah. It flew.
Yeah. Was there ever a point in time in the beginning where you're like, yeah, I don't know about how far we're going to make it? Is that just me?
So yeah, I was expecting the gong.
We're going to get through one way or the other.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
The best thing that could possibly happen is for you to be terrible, because then I could just fucking talk shit on you the whole time and feel okay about it. Cause like it's for the show. We need it.
Have you met Lindsay? Bro, I get
Not
shit
really.
talked
No,
every
you
day.
fucking left her in the car the whole fucking time, man.
She was a trooper for that. She came in, so you know,
I know I've met her,
yeah,
but I haven't spent any significant time with like getting to know her.
Yeah.
But we've been in the same room.
maybe,
To be fair, this is the longest I've ever talked to you.
yeah. It's usually like passing by and hey, what's up?
Yeah, or like fucking, hey man, we're not going to give you anything, but why don't we make you more active on the Facebook group to try and some just to have something in between the show posts. We got Stephen Wells though. That motherfucker's out there trying shit. He's stacking the badges all the time.
I know.
Dude, motherfucker's cruising. I'm like, you're gonna run out of cigars, dude. He's like that dude that like fucking reaches that point on Google where it's like you've reached the end of the internet.
That happened to me on Facebook the other day. I was scrolling down and it was like, you're out of content. And I'm like, there is no fucking way.
Yeah.
My internet just froze.
That'll happen. I'm waiting for the day that did I hurt myself here by inviting Dave and Barry? Is Dave gonna check it out and be like, listen to the intro and be like, if you came here for the authority on all things cigars, and he meant lawsuit. But I mean, essentially, we are telling people we are the opposite. You know what I mean? So like, it can't be hurt.
Yeah.
Plus, what damage are we gonna do anyway?
Yeah.
Steal two of them listeners.
We're up to 10, 11, 12.
Dude, I seen 20 at one point, real briefly.
Nice.
And as Sam says all the time, is like whenever we have the show shared out to different places, it's hard to really know who's where.
Yeah.
And if they're actually if we can tell they're there. So I don't know. All of this stuff, that's the one thing that is really such a big question mark as somebody doing this shit is like, is any of the analytical information that we are getting accurate? Like, and if it is, how accurate and where? Like, we know Spotify numbers. Is it giving us Apple numbers real well? We don't know. We know it's not giving us demographics on anybody from anywhere else other than those two places.
Yeah.
But like, are the numbers good? Are the numbers, who knows?
Do you get a lot of people that listen after the show?
Like we still do pretty decent on the audio.
Yeah.
Like and it's the nice thing about it is it's consistent. So for the most part, we don't see drops. And when we do, they've been indicative of like weather changes or something like that, where we're like, okay, people are doing this for the holiday, or people are going outside more,
right,
or whatever the circumstances are. There's never been like a downwards trajectory or too many spikes. But we did have that one weekend where numbers were just like fucking 10 times what they normally were. And we're like, fuck yeah.
We made it.
And then it just went away after like 2 or 3 days and never came back to that.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, so what happened? Did we get a window into numbers we were unaware of? Are those numbers just farcical? Did maybe we speculated that maybe when we were new, iTunes put us up like fucking, as a new thing or something, and it caught some attention from banner ads, and then everybody just fucked off. But I don't know. But the old shows still gaining some traction. Like the older shows have hundreds of listens. The current ones are usually somewhere in like the 30 to 50 range. But the other thing that's really hard is like we know how many people watch us live here, and I know how many people watch the YouTube, which is less, 15, 20.
Yeah.
On average, they get some steam once in a while. But like the thing is like, well, how many people go through Facebook, the group, and see the show on live because it's still up there?
Yeah.
And they just play it that way. That's a number we're never going to know about.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say. Like everything's all over the place. We just appreciate that anybody's here.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, we figured it was just going to be us talking to us.
Yeah. I know I have a couple episodes I want to catch up on. I missed the, what was the golf guy?
Oh, fucking Chasing Birdies with Jonathan Pepe.
Yep.
That was actually a great show.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be. A lot of those shows, like for Sam, that brought in people that were like outside of the industry. I was like, man, I don't know how it's going to play. Like they might just have to come along for the ride and shit. But like they end up adding something.
Yeah.
And it's actually almost easier to talk to somebody about something outside of cigars because you don't have to. We really hate dipping into that same pool of questions.
Right.
Like, fucking, what kind of tobacco to use? What got you into it? Like, what's your favorite tobacco? It's like you can only do that so much, man. Like you're hearing the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's fun to ask somebody something different. And so someone coming in that just has a very small knowledge base about cigars, but has something to offer about something like who knew somebody was out there renting night vision goggles?
Right.
Like that's kind of fucking terrifying.
Or yeah, true. Or the points for the black owned businesses. I really liked like 4 guests in a row that were like that because I can watch other cigar podcasts and you know smoke with them and learn all about the cigar, but like I already know a lot of that stuff.
Right.
I didn't know shit about floating in salt water, like or it was good. I like that.
I like it. I want to incorporate a little bit more of it. I personally, I still want to get on the train of going like, okay, let's get some alcohol people in there, just because it's like, man, a lot of people can relate to that, or at least it gives you like a little bit of something else. It's like, oh man, I picked up something I didn't know about bourbon today, or I didn't know this about craft beers. I think those are easy, popular choices, but like we've had some interesting ones that have just kind of come in and been like, oh, like I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And the guests have all been really cool people and fun and like didn't take it too seriously, fortunately, because otherwise they'd have probably walked out.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of in the same boat with you too. It's like the Cigar Authority. I know I'm never going to know as much as those guys. However, there is a certain point of listening to that show where you start to feel like you learn less and less all the time, and some of it gets a little repetitive. And it's like, I know how to cut my cigar, I know how to light it, I know how to store it. So you get some of these questions that come in, and it's like, man, I don't need to listen to this anymore. Mostly, I probably still would if I was traveling as much as I used to, just because it was like, this is so much better than just looking at a fucking road,
Right.
and trying to stay awake. Like for real, those guys very likely have saved my life just by giving me something to keep me awake on a fucking road.
For sure. Same.
But like, yeah, it's been neat, man. And I look forward to maybe having some different experiences. And, this is not the place you're coming to learn to be a cigar expert. Like we'll help you out with some little stuff if you're new or whatever, or maybe give you a perspective that you hadn't thought about before on certain things. But it's really weird too, because like I'll talk about stuff that Sam doesn't know. And Sam's like the guy opening the store. Now there's going to be a point where he's definitely going to surpass me because he's going to be submerged in cigars all the time. But even like from the beginning of starting the show, because we didn't know much about each other, so it was like I would talk about shit, and he was like, I didn't know that. And I'm like, oh, wow, that blows my. You sure you want to open a cigar store? Like fucking, you know what you're getting into. But he's the kind of dude that he's like us, but very business minded. Of like, no, once I'm committed, that's it. I'm going to sink or swim. I'm going to pass or fail, but I am going to put every ounce of my energy and mental capacity into it along the way.
Yeah, I didn't know that before Jason started coming on the show that Sam and Jason didn't know each other. And I was talking to both of them, and I was like, it's just kind of cool, like seeing, like you can tell that you guys have known each other for so long, and you just click. And Jason was like, bro, we just met. And I was like, what?
Well, that's what everybody said about us whenever we started doing the show. You know what I mean? Like, and there's something to be said for that too, is because every conversation's a new one.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't feel repetitive for us either, because it's like, oh, we've never talked about this before. We don't know this about each other. And so it's fresh for us as well. But like Heather's a really good example of like, I met her at Leaning House and she was like, oh man, like it's really cool that you guys, how long have you known each other? Like you guys been best friends forever. And I'm like, you listened to us meet essentially. We met one time before this. That's it. And, I think there's something to be said for that. Like my wife says all the time, like you got real lucky with Sam in terms of the chemistry that you guys have. And I absolutely believe that. And I think a lot of people are surprised that like when the show's over, we're not hanging out 3 days a week.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and I think there's a part of each of us that maybe would embrace that if either of us had the ability to do it. And it's weird too, because dude, I'm one of these people my whole life that generally puts more into relationships than most people. Right. So like in terms of friendships and shit, like I put myself out there and like, invite people over, or call people or text or like, hey, you want to do this, you want to do that, what's going on, and like expect that people are going to be the same, and just you got to learn at some point not to be offended by it because just most people aren't.
Yeah.
So it's like there was a lot of times where I'd say, man, if I didn't make a phone call, my phone wouldn't ring for a month. You know what I mean? Just because I'm the guy that does the calls. Um, and like I met Sam and like we clicked and everything was really good in the beginning. Is like really excited, and it was very much just like, no, we're talking once a week other than being here. But it was like the first time I think that I've ever been excited about a friendship like that and been like okay with it being what it is, because it's so cool being able to do it here. And like it means so much more, I feel like, doing it here, that it's like, nah, it's fine, man, you got other shit going on. Like I'm not even like, I'll extend you the invite, like fucking, I would love to have you, but I know you can't. But
Yeah.
man, just in case something fucking the stars aligned or something and you want something to do, hey, come over and have a burger or something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if you're not planning shit out like 6 months in advance,
Right.
that guy's got a lot of shit going on.
He's busy.
Fortunately, his garages are going to be a lot emptier soon, because fucking all that shit that he's been storing for the last year for that cigar shop is finally going in. So yeah, man, it's exciting. But like we said, soft opening on Saturday for PCC members. The good news is, if you're not a PCC member, you can get in before them on Friday because you're a junkie and you want to fucking see some junkies talk about stupid shit. Like, why do it on your phone when you could come fucking listen to us through 155 decibels of PA speaker bliss?
Yeah.
I don't think it goes that high. I'm not real good. I don't know what the range of decibels is.
Me either.
155 sounds like bad for your hearing, so I picked it. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of the people. So I shared this on my page, and I know a lot of the people that tuned in are either casual cigar smokers or haven't smoked at all. Join, come out, have fun with us. It's going to be a good night.
Yeah, dude. That's one of the things that people just don't get until they see it.
Yeah.
My wife is the best example, dude. She would say, I want to have a social life that doesn't include being drug out to your cigar events. When we went to very few of them at that point, because I just had so much other shit going on. But we started going to regular events where there was something happening other than just hanging out at a lounge, where you're going to see the Smoking Blues, or you're going to a fucking dinner, or you're going to a show at the Leaning House. And it's like, man, like fucking this shit accounts for probably 90% of our social life now. And she's thrilled about it, dude. She walks in the room and sees one of her buddies across the room, and they're fucking arms up and doing the bounces and shit. It's cool. So give it a stab. You don't even have to smoke a cigar. Just come hang out and see what it's like, I guess. I don't know.
That's what G2 does with Lindsay. She walks in and G2's just freaking out, jumping up on her lap. G2's the dog at Dirty Dogs.
Oh, I was gonna say, what the fuck's a G2?
Yeah.
Out of my bubble.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of places, man. Like Dirty Dog's one of them. Smokestack's one of them. There's a few places that are just kind of in the periphery of my areas and stuff. So definitely gonna have to get around to more of them. But final thoughts on the DBL. I know you're on the Umbagog now, but like just your final stamp.
I would 100% buy it. 100%.
I would buy it by a box. I would buy it by the cabinet. I would buy it in a fancy ass humidor. Fuck yeah, let's go.
To lock the wife out.
I think somebody that likes fire cured tobacco, you're gonna love this. Somebody that doesn't know how you feel about it, I still think you'll like it. I think there's a really good chance for you. The best thing I can say about it to anybody, just as like if you didn't know how you felt about fire cured, this cigar is not boring, man.
No.
Like, it is interesting. It is different. It'll like, if you feel like you're in a slump of like smoking shit that isn't exciting you or kind of feels samey, this is gonna wake you up a little bit, for better or worse. And for the quality and the price point, man, like I don't think there's anything in their portfolio that you would be wrong to jump on.
Yeah, the fire cured, when I was new, didn't really know much about it, and my buddy was like, "Dude, get one. It's like smoking a campfire." I was like, "I don't want to smoke a campfire."
You
But
don't
then,
think
like,
you do?
yeah, I did it, and I was like, "Oh my god, is this good?"
It's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Like the aroma is incredible. The thing is, like the cold draw, just like anything else, if you have something that's barrel aged, the cold draw is where you're going to get it more than anything.
Mhm.
Once the smoke starts coming through, the rest of it's a little bit of a nuance. It's not so up front and center and in your face.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's quite as extreme as maybe it's made to sound, but I definitely am a big fan. You guys are going to hear me spouting off about this company a lot more in the future, I'm sure. And we look forward to getting a chance to hang out with Rick and Francisco over at Just a Tip in a very, very near future, hopefully. But thanks for coming hanging out with us. Make sure you guys hang out with us this coming Friday, 6 p.m. at Just a Tip Cigars. Hit us up if you need more information, want to figure out where it is, anything like that. But we look forward to hanging out with some of you guys in person, maybe for the first time. It'd be super cool. But other than that, you can find us on Facebook. Join the Facebook group, email at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com, and you can find us on the Galaxy Boutique for our shirts.
Salud.
We're all in it